I have no clue if we're live. Let me check. I'll find out. So, I guess so. He's live? Yeah. Yeah. So, I'm not sure if the streaming works pretty good. I still gotta do some setting changes and stuff, but I wanted to get started because I've been here already 3 months in Japan. I haven't done streaming in a while. I kind of stopped anyways and reset. So for people that don't know me, or people that don't know me, kind of had a little 180 life change. Well, after a while, 30 something years of fish farming and in Florida, raising kids and doing a different life over there, I just decided I want to do something else. And it took a while to get here. I tried different paths to, how do you say, figure out what I could do for with myself, right? So I kind of like had to reset a lot of stuff and had to get rid of the old, right? Had to get rid of the old and get into the new stuff like that, So I'm just playing right now. So yeah, focus is not great. Uh, I guess so. So yeah, I had to figure out something else for myself. I was kind of getting bored with Florida. Not that I don't like Florida. I still do like Florida. I got a lot of friends up there and a lot of contacts and a lot of networking I did with fish and kids, family, and then basketball, a lot of basketball. So I still got contacts on that, but I wasn't satisfied with that anymore. You're doing stuff and it's just a routine, and I was like, okay, I gotta do something else. And I looked at a lot of countries. I looked at Italy for a while, and Portugal. I got a guy I know in Portugal doing clown loaches, and I was thinking about going there. And then Panama was number one for a while, in Costa Rica, but I just didn't really feel like, uh, I want to do something challenging. So my son was in Japan and visited him a couple of times, and then basically made a decision. So, let's give this a try because I see possibilities, right? I saw possibilities for, bringing something here. I sure didn't come here to make money. That's for sure. I didn't come here to buy real estate. I didn't come here to meet people or like find a girlfriend or something like that. Definitely not in the plan, right? I came here to see if I could start some other projects. Not sure if it's gonna be a business, but, basically mentoring young kids, and basketball was definitely a plus over here. People are definitely interested in that, especially the youth, and that's what I like to be with. And in order to be in Japan, you have to learn Japanese. There's no way around it, right? Yeah, you can come here as an English teacher, which I'm probably gonna do a little bit to pay bills and stuff, but being a Japanese teacher also shuns you from the life because you're not really integrating, right? You just do English or whatever language, and then you live in Japan and stuff, but you're not really gonna be surround yourself with the connections of like local people as much as teaching young kids, right? So it's a different world. I kind of like saw that. I talked to a lot of teachers, and most of them don't even know Japanese because they're so into English that they know very little Japanese, right? So I wanted to find a way to get in here and connect. It's not easy though. Let me tell you, it's I would say brutal because meeting people here. First of all, it's a country that they're so into politeness that they don't they socialize, yeah, when they go out drinking and stuff like that, or if you work with them, right? But in the city, I'm not a city person, so I live in the city right now, and it's hard. It's massive city, Osaka. I don't know how many millions of people are here, but there is a lot, and I come from countryside, you know. I had my little farm, and I go around between fish farms, and I thought I saw a lot of people, but this is a different ballgame. This is, yeah, this is crazy. People live in small apartments. I couldn't live in downtown Osaka. A lot of students did. And I looked at the apartments, and you open the window, and it's a concrete building. You get outside, it's concrete. It's concrete. It's everywhere, right? Yeah, they have a couple of parks and stuff like that, but it wasn't really, exciting. And I'm sitting there like, I'm gonna be here for a year or one semester at a time, and I have to do something that's different. And so I kind of like, it took a couple months to get the paperwork. Yeah, paperwork is a tough one here. It's, yeah, schools say they help you, but you're on your own pretty much, for leases and get your resident card and, your bank accounts and your cell phone and all the little things, your insurance, health insurance, and there's so much stuff to do, and you spend a lot of time in business office or, public offices, and it takes a long time. They're really, I didn't say they're behind, but, they don't really use computers that much in government office, yeah. And so anyways, it's a long process, so getting a lease was hard. They don't have 1 year lease here, so it's 2 years, so you gotta pick your battles, right? So I picked a nice place, but I had to go to Sakai, which is 40 minutes south, for like 30-40 minutes of train, travel time to get to school. So right now it is 7:45, my class is at 9:30, so I'll have to be out of here by 8:30 just to be safe. So right now I'm having my coffee, looking at a couple of screens, did my homework, not much homework. I kind of restarted the class. So I was in one class the first semester, and this was summer break, well, a break, so we had a break. And then I decided I have to redo this because I went from not learning to read Japanese, not having my kanji down at all, to starting to have, like reading basic hiragana, and get my sentence structures together, and then listening better. So because the teachers don't barely speak English, the new teacher now I have doesn't speak English. So you're going to class and it's 100% Japanese, right? Even though you have to learn to read, you have to learn to write, you have to learn the sounds, you have to learn the language structure, and then there's three writing language. So you've got hiragana, katakana, and kanji, right? So the basic one is hiragana, which is 72 characters. Then they got the katakana, which is another 72 characters, and then the kanji is about 5,000. So they use the three languages kind of specifically, so, but all together, when you put them together, they're easier to read. So it makes the sentence shorter. But for me to read, I have to learn the kanji, and I've just got a few down. I'm just learning on that. So as the semester progressed, I decided I got to redo it, just to catch up, because I know a lot of the students in the class that really like me and they want me to continue, but I was falling behind and stressing out, and I'm like, I'm not here to stress out, and I need to have fun, and which I am, so that was the best decision I made, is to redo the class. So like I'm starting with new classmates, new teachers, and everything else, and so far it's looking pretty good. Feeling better. I understand a lot more what they're saying in class, so that's where we're at. So, but anyways, so I went from fish farming to Japan. I needed a new challenge, and basically, the other thing too that makes it hard for me, language, is I'm going to be 61. August. So I don't really feel old. I mean, I still play, I still train, I don't get tired. Uh, I got plenty of energy. Learning is difficult. Learning is very difficult. So, yeah, I see you guys talking. Yeah, sorry. I'm talking and I'm not even looking at the chats. My bad. Sorry. Hey, I'm good. So, yeah, yeah, Japan's great. It's got some positive. It's got some negative. Don't kid yourself. It's not what the media portrays it is, and it's not the marketing that we see. Uh, how are you? Been thinking about you recently, and on time you delivered. Nice to see you. Yeah, nice to see you too. Peace. So, I love Japan. Used to work with Japanese animation from the time remotely. I love animes. Currently, I'm in Abu Dhabi. Oh, so in 2 or 3 years, we'll reach Japan. Yep. Well, I wish you luck. Wish you luck. Greetings, Fish Farm. Peace. All good. So, yeah. So, yeah. So, yeah, it's the challenge. Japan is not, it's not all roses. Let me tell you, it can be quite depressing. It has its up and down. Yeah, it's got some, like quality stuff, but you're on your own, right? So if you're an introvert and you live here, you're gonna get a lot more introvert. You're gonna be by yourself and nobody's gonna knock on your door. I'm not like that. I have to do stuff. I have to meet people, and I go to villages. I go to classrooms. I talk to everybody. I'm kind of like, yeah, I know everybody, or everybody knows me. And being 6'6" definitely has its perks. But 6'6" here in Japan is hard. Finding an apartment was hard because everything is here, so I have to hit my head on everything. So right now I got a nice little place, but 30 minutes, 40 minutes away. So. Doing okay. I have my up and down, like I say, and right now I got a little slideshow. I don't have much on here. I can go and it's the salamander stuff. That's rivers in Japan. Yeah, so I got a friend, Jimmy. He's in Shirawakura and Okayama Prefecture, and he works in forestry and he's got little projects going on, but he also does some research on giant salamanders, which I have a little clip here. And I took my GoPro in there to see it. We're not allowed to touch it, so this is a nest box. So trying to do some drone footage for the rivers, trying to describe the habitats, trying to build nest box for propagation, trying to help them out because their habitat has been surrounded by the greatest material here, concrete. So even the box is concrete, so we're looking at trying to make different nest box. But anyway, so there's giant salamanders. These are about like 60, 70 years old, so they're about 2.5 foot. So they're pretty. They don't move much, but they're an apex predator in these rivers. So the rivers are little small streams. So yeah, they're I got little clips and stuff like that. So let's see. So typical rivers of Japan. So anyways, yeah, so like I got projects, and I'm gonna try to do my best to stay positive and send you guys a little bit of chats and stuff, and see what I'm doing. But I'm trying to do drone school right now, but I need to do more Japanese because drone school requires it's all Japanese. So drone school is Japanese, and then my basketball certification is Japanese. So I got a while to go. So I gotta go back to school every day. I do 4 hours of school every day, an hour of homework, and right now I'm looking for a job. So that's where we're at. So I'm not sure how to chat. Let's see. So thanks for checking me out. Yeah, let's see. And so it's a far from everything I was thinking about doing, right? And it's not fish farming, it's not, maybe fish farming, I get into it here, but then again, I don't mind starting new projects. I wouldn't mind doing basketball training. Start a little bit here and there, but it's hard to get paid, right? Here it's very controlled, so you can't just do under the table stuff. So being a student here, I'm only allowed to work 28 hours a week. On vacation time, like the breaks and some of the Christmas stuff, I'm allowed to go to 40 hours a week. But so a lot of the students here, they're from many countries, a lot of poor countries. China's dominating schools, but everything from Bangladesh to Nepal, India, Sri Lanka, Taiwan, Korea, Americans come here for school, and they're all trying to find a way if they can make a living here, but it's not easy. It's not easy. You come here and, let's say you got basic N5 or not even a certification language. The jobs are, yeah, they're crappy, right? It's dishes, cleaning hotels, everything from loading trucks from groceries to pharmacies. And so it's basic work, right? A bit of prep food stuff. They don't really do cooks because they have their own cooks, but the prep and kitchen work, some cooking and some stuff. But, as you get better, you go up the ladder, but it starts really, really at the bottom. So even for me, it doesn't matter how good and how old, how much experience I got and everything. I'm considered like a zero right now, bottom of the barrel. So I've looked at a lot of jobs. I tried to look at the aquarium. I tried to look at the basketball schools, a lot of schools and middle schools, high schools. But because I don't speak the language, I don't qualify, right? So they're not even interested. So you got to get the certification, and they love their certification, right? So I got to get a certification in basketball. Here's a certification in language, basketball. If I want to fly some drones, yeah, I can fly some drones for fun. But if I want to be paid for it, if I just then I get a certification, that's the same price as school. So it's like flying a plane, right? And they do not take the drone certification to the U.S. That's a no. You have to have all their own stuff. So in the back of me, I've got like footage from class trips that was at NARA. So I just put that in my background. These are rivers in the countryside. So beautiful stuff out there. Real quiet though. Not a lot of opportunities in the countryside because it's dying, right? People are leaving. There's no youth. It's a lot of abandoned house. So yeah, you can buy a house for peanuts in the countryside, but what, you want to live with dilapidated buildings all around you, and so it's really tough to find a good place to live. So right now, renting is the way to go in Osaka, and go from there. So I'm gonna keep going here. I just wanted to introduce myself and get you guys back on track. And I'll have better video next time. But well, if you have any questions, I'm gonna have to, how do you say, not market. I'm gonna have to figure out how to put the what is it? Well, advertise the upcoming streams and stuff. And if you have any questions, let me know. But I'm here, so I'm doing my stuff. It's an interesting place. It's got challenges. That's what I live for. So I'm not afraid to try something new. There's all kinds of stuff I want to do. I travel a little bit, but travel gets expensive when you don't have income. My property down in Florida is for sale, but the market is crashing, so that's not going to be happening anytime soon. So I have to manage that property from here, make sure the bills are paid, and electricity's running, and the grass is cut, and the pool is clean. And so I have to do all these things from here. Well, I don't do them, but manage. So yeah, it's probably going to take 6 months to a year to get that property going. I mean, it's on the market, but there is zero interest. So we'll see what happens in the future. But we shall see you guys in a little while. I'm gonna get ready for school. Get myself a little breakfast. I even coffee. Coffee's not great. I mean, I gotta get an espresso machine because finding espresso here is next to impossible. And it's if you do find it, it is expensive. So for Japanese standards. So you guys have a good day. We'll shall see you soon. And I'll have some nice pictures of school or something like that, or some meals or something different. But I cook all my meals, so that's another story, right? So we'll talk. You guys have a good day. So do this. Peace.